Dr. Bryson here with an introduction to the criminology class. I'm going to actually share my screen with you now so that you can see as I navigate and explain some things. But this is the criminology class in Brightspace. You'll notice that it has a W after the section number. That means that this is a web-based class. It is asynchronous, meaning that each unit, so long as you meet your deadlines for assignments and discussion posts and quizzes, that you work at your own pace. Instead of meeting all together through the internet, you will be watching lecture videos. At the top of the page is a menu bar. And then as you scroll down, you will see different squares. One of these squares is textbooks. They are supposed to have available the digital textbooks within the course room. Unfortunately for this class, they've not been made available yet, and they are aware of the problem and they're trying to fix it. Some textbooks may not even be available digitally, so if that's true, then you would have to have the hard copy anyway. But I just want you to be aware of that. Start here on day one, you'll click on that. And once, when you've clicked on it, you've gotten to this video. And it will be above where it says syllabus here. There will also be another video that reviews the syllabus for you. And then there will be another video that reviews the major project for you. The syllabus is where I will go into detail about the requirements for this class. So you've got the course home, and if you click on content, then it brings you right where we are. But if I go table of contents, it takes me off of the start here on day one page, and it takes me to the entire table of contents. So if you scroll down, you can see that there is a section or a box that has each one of these major table of contents sections. So the learning units. So you can see that there's a section for each one of them. Now you can expand or collapse them by clicking on this little triangle up or down. So we've done start here on day one. So let's look at the original sources. I want you to be aware of this. I will load into this section. So units, you'll see that there are 3 works for unit 1. You'll see that there's 1 for unit 2 so far. But for every unit, if I can find a free digital version of the entire work, then I will load it into this section. And then you have the learning units. And so if you go to the learning units, you see that it also has the boxes for each unit. So I can expand or collapse. And you'll notice that units 1 and 2 are almost full, and unit 1 is completely full. And it has everything that you need on there. So because this is unit 1, I have the course level objectives listed. Then I have a table that shows you the unit objectives for that particular unit and how the different things that you're going to be doing are aligned with those objectives. So describe the limits of classical criminology. That's in the videos primarily. Contrast specific and general deterrence. Well, guess what? There are questions in the quiz that show you need to do that. So the third one, I'm going from bottom to top. If you didn't notice, describe the basic tenets of utilitarian theory and the pleasure principle. So the videos and the readings. So the second one is going to be videos, readings, and quiz. The first one is videos and discussion posts. So basically, there are 2 of them that you're not getting tested or on, or that you don't have to do discussion post on during unit 1. But I want you to be aware that the tenets of utilitarian theory and the pleasure principle might be on your midterm or final. So you still might be tested on those. So please do not ignore them simply because you're not being tested on them in Unit 1. And then when you scroll down, what is criminology and how can it be useful? So this is, it's available on until January the 14th. So you've got a due date. You need to write your post, okay, and keep up. Now, I may not respond to every post, but we'll talk about that in the syllabus video. And then you will see all of these videos. So it says it's a web page, but that's because it takes you to another page. And let me see if it'll let me do this. Yes, it will. So it takes you to this page, and gee, there's the video, Criminology and Free Will. You really need to understand that information, okay? So you keep going down, and then at the very bottom is the Unit 1 quiz. Now, I'm going to view this as a GSC student so you can see what the quiz will look like. So now I'm going to go to Content. I'm going to scroll down to Unit 1. I'm going to click on the quiz, and this is what it gives me. Choose the best answer for each question. It's an open book quiz. You have 30 minutes to complete the quiz. After 40 minutes, the quiz will automatically save what you've completed, and you won't be able to work any further. It is based on the lectures and the readings. So you go down there, and then it says the timer will not begin until after the setup process is finished. So in other words, it's going to give you the option to take the quiz. Now, what's interesting is, even if I'm viewing it as a student, it recognizes that I'm not the student, and it won't let me take the quiz. It won't even let me click on to take it. So I'm going to now go back to viewing it as a professor. Now, if you have trouble finding your assignments, discussions, or quizzes, you just click on the links up here. If you need to find your grades, click on the grades. Now, I'm not going to click on it because it will show you my entire grade book with everybody listed. I want to point one thing out about the grade book. Everybody has a 0 for every assignment that has already been loaded into the Brightspace course room. I could either do that or have it give you nothing, give you no score, and make it look like you've got perfect scores. What ended up happening, and this is why I'm doing it differently this time, what ended up happening is folks thought their grade was much better than it really was. Because if they're past the due date and I haven't been able to get in to put a 0 for that assignment for those folks who had not submitted, then it just doesn't calculate that in their grade. So it makes it look like their grade is better. So now everybody for everybody in the classroom, in your grades, it will show that you have an F on day 1. And as you do more graded assignments, you're beginning to earn your way up the ladder so that you realize you're earning the grade. I'm not giving it to you. But don't panic just because it says an F, because it's going to have a 0 for everything that is not that you've not been able to do yet, that's not available to you yet. So once you complete that, it will change your grade and keep raising it up till when you get to the very end of the class, you'll see that you've got an A. Okay. This way, it keeps showing you what your grade will be right now. If you don't do anything different from between now and the end of the semester. I am going to stop recording now, and we'll see you in the syllabus video.